Now, Mr. Kylie, you would have made some claim in your speech on I mean, the one that we would have grabbed from on the day that I believe that was the lunch.
Yeah.
Right? You would have said that there are problems with the economy, with crime, and with infrastructure within Trinidad and Tobago. And
Yeah.
you could elaborate on that for me, please, because we know about the crime situation. It's real bad. And if you had to be living on that rock in Trinidad and Tobago as to not to
Yeah.
feel the effects of crime in Trinidad and Tobago, and he would have made another claim too, at the same time, that Ms. Erla Christopher is one of the worst commissioner of police in Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, I mean, elaborate on the thing that you decided that they shed light on the economy and the infrastructure and crime and with Erla.
Well, as you said, you're right. Living in this country, we know that crime is a real. We're in a bad state. We may have the laws, but enforcement in our country is, at an all-time low. The rates of prosecution, the rates of detection, and in charge of the ship at this point is Erla Christopher. And I think, the any metric we go by under crime, rising homicide, rising home invasions, rising theft. We have now the specter of where extortion rackets being run on businesses throughout the country, and those are really, really things that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service ought to be fighting and combating much better with the support of the governing party, the People's National Movement. And when you look at what is happening, when you look at the effects that people are going through, the real human touch, meaning you can't spend time out with your family anymore, you can't do the things that we used to do. It is clear that the parameter of success, let's put it like that, is failing. The commissioner has failed, in my view. We're not combating crime effectively. And therefore, what we need is positive change in the country. We need a change of, in my view, political change, but we also need a change of personnel. I mean, Erla Christopher has failed, yet the government has decided to renew her contract. When you have people who are failing in what they are set out to do or what they are tasked with doing, you have to replace them if they're not doing the job. I mean, I think that's just logic. We know it in sport, we know it in any other field. If a company is failing, the CEO is often chopped and changed. If a football team is failing, the manager is often chopped and changed. The police service, under our constitution, gives the commissioner of police immense power to manage the police service. She's in charge of promotion. She's in charge of human resource. She's in charge of policy of the police service. So if you have that power to manage the police service and you're not combating crime, which is your primary function, then you have to go. And that is my view, and that is why I said that we have serious problems with governance, because ultimately it was the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago, the government, that decided to renew her contract for another year, even though she's failing. And so we have serious problems, and it is clear that the government or the governing authorities in the country right now aren't serious enough to fix them. And if they are not fixing them, well, then we have to fix them as a people, as a party, as an organization, and in the context of an internal election, our slate of persons want to get in to assist the United National Congress in winning the election next year so that we could make the decisions that are required in order to, improve our country.
No.